Hey ho guys, welcome back to Book Corner. I'm Hermione, author and lover of all good things literature, except for what I'm about to tell you. So, warning, I'm about to use some profanity because I'm so fucking pissed off with this book. So guess what? I'm gonna roast The Bone Season by Susan, Shannon. Or Shannon, I'll just say Shannon. Oh, okay. So, I had just finished the Piracy of the Orange Tree. Not the pirate, sorry. The second book, the one that's a prequel to it. And I'm like, I love both those books. I thought those books were really good. I really do. I thought those books were really good. So I went searching for any other books that she had published. Oh God, that was a mistake. So I saw that she has a book series going on called The Bones, called, who's like, the first book's called The Bone Season. And everybody on BookTube loves The Bone Season. You need to read this book. This book is so good. I feel like I had a brain aneurysm, and no offense to people that either had it and survived it or had it and died. I'm not, I'm not making a joke about brain aneurysms. I'm not. I don't joke about how I feel or what the. I don't. So I borrowed it off of Libby, and I actually downloaded the Libby app on here, a new thing. And I was like, okay, great. I am going to be reading this really great book. Have you ever been so physically ill when you've read a book, or have you ever been like wondering what the fuck was these people thinking when they decided 10 years ago to allow this god awful book to be published? So I got to chapter 7, and here's a little rundown. I started reading it on Monday. I think I read it on. No, I read it on Sunday. So I read it on Sunday because I got done with the prequel. I think was on Saturday or Sunday, too. And I'm even though the reviews for Lightlark is, on my fantasy channel is going to be like at least 2 months away and stuff like that. Because I actually going to upload those videos when I upload the last of that one video with the prequel to Piracy of the Orange Tree. I think it's Day of Fallen Night, I believe it is, which, yeah, great book. So I was like, I'm gonna read Lightlark and I'm gonna read this book. And Lightlark is one of the books that I picked up for my birthday, before my birthday came around. So, anyways, I go and I get it from the library and I sit down and I read it. So I read 2 chapters, and first of all, I had a problem with the chapters being long. I'm not a fan of like long chapters. Lightlark has like perfectly balanced pages on their pages per chapter, so perfectly balanced. I like that. That is one of the biggest things I like about the book, is what I said. So I did not read the book for 3 days. I didn't read it on Monday, Tuesday, and definitely not on Wednesday, because Wednesday I worked like 11 hours. Yes, my boss convinced me to come in. I should have done this to him, because I know I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that no more. No. You can fire me. I don't care. So yesterday I sit down, was it earlier today I sit down, and I finally got back to reading the book. I knew that I was in trouble with the third chapter. Literally, they inject this drug in her body that causes her brain to I don't even quite know describe what it does to her brain. It's supposed to cause brain plague, which kills the person. Why in the world are you putting this in a book that a 14-year-old will pick up? What the fuck are you thinking? Because I'm 45 and I had issues with it. I had issues with that. And then they have stripped her of her clothes, which you don't know. She could have been raped in that cell. Because you're kind of imagining like it's a prison cell and bad stuff happens in prisons all the time. Not to everyone, but to a certain slice of the community. And then they finally give her the antidote. And then she's taken to a facility in Oxford, which was like burned down in like something. And okay. I must warn people, there is scenes of child slavery. That made me sick. That made me physically ill. Was the scenes of child slavery. In the small amount of book I read, I think it was like 100. I was on like page 127 or something like that. Thankfully, I didn't put on my Goodreads. I don't know how she could stomach writing that. I don't know. It was so bad. Like, literally this girl tries to escape and she gets shot in the back of the head. Why are you putting that in a book like that? Like, I don't want to read that. I do not want to read a child being shot in the back of the head. And, I know some people are going to get on here and go and say, well, the books get better. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care if they get better. I don't care. It's disgusting. It's like revolting. It's like, oh, how revolting and how nauseous can I possibly make the audience? But then there's people that love the book. They love the series. I don't. You take the series and shove up your fucking asses. I don't care. The Bone Collector, the Bone Season, has got to be one of the worst fantasy books I've ever read. And it's not just a fantasy book. Oh no. We gotta go into a new direction. It's a dystopian. Okay, I have watched The Hunger Games. I've never read the books, but I enjoy The Hunger Games. There is no fighting. No, there's no, like, you would assume that people would be outraged that their children are being taken from them But no, they're not. They roll over in the mud like hogs and hand their children over. Okay, I have watched dystopians. I have. They never do that in any dystopian movie I've ever watched. They never do that. Ever. And it's like, I just, there's, like in the Hunger Games, parents, they don't like what's going on with their children, like their children being forced to do something they don't want to do. But they have no power to stop it. But they don't willingly hand their children over. Oh yeah, my child can read tarot cards. Here. Or my child's a clairvoyant. Here. You can take my child. No. How it feels like when I read the book was, especially when I went on Goodreads and it was tagged dystopian. I'm like, does she even know, like, what a dystopian is? And I know dystopians are like oppressive governments, and I'm literally like, after the reign of Queen Victoria, this government pops up. When did they pop up? How is it all of a sudden, the day after Victoria dies, suddenly there's this new government that pops? Really, it makes no damn sense. Dystopians are supposed to make sense. You're supposed to understand why this happened. No. It just popped out of the ground. What the fuck? 1984, you understood what led to that. I mean, Hunger Games. Understand that reason. Handmaid's Tale. No, explains it well. But it just pops out of the ground. Oh, immediately a new government was formed. Do you know that Victoria had children? Do you know that she had children? Or do you ignore that because you just want this government to magically appear out of thin air? It makes no sense at all. And I mean, it's never really like really truly explained. Like, and then these creatures who now rule England, especially London, they do not come out during the day. Like sunlight, I'm gonna be guessing that they are allergic to sunlight. Like, oh my god, I think they're vampires. Like, I just, no. Child slavery, drug use, especially on unwilling children, guns pointed at children, yeah, everything that you never want your child to go through. This book, from the 6 chapters I read, and I returned the book. I returned the book back to the library. I just could not stomach it. You do not want to live in this world. At all. Now, people say, well, guess what? That's the definition. No. That's not the definition of a dystopian. Though I know some people are going to get on here and go, well, you don't know what dystopian is. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but This government popping up out of the ground made no sense. But I was mostly unnerved by the by the forced drug use, like injecting children, the torture, the child slavery. Yeah. So I will not be finishing the Bone season at all. I will not be reading any of the books come after it. This is now, this is my own opinion, okay? If you like the Bone season, great. Enjoy the Bone season till the cows come home. But this is actually, as I said, this is the first book that I did not finish. And I will not be adding it to my fantasy library. All the books in my fantasy library, either books that I really do know are good, or books that I thought were good, but they turned out not to be. But even when I get those kinds of books, I don't get rid of them. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna upload this video tonight. No intro at all because I'm too dead tired to do an intro. I'm gonna, yeah, that'll be it. I also have videos of me, like, with my new bookcase. That thing was something else to put together, trust me on that. But actually looking at all my books now, that are now like this, I like it. I really do. My brother was like totally shocked, like, dang, that's a nice looking bookcase. Thank you so much. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.